Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. Tip Top Tabletop here, bringing you the second in my series of custom 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons classes. Last I released was the Engineer class. Go check that out. Very cool stuff. Today, we're going over Final Fantasy franchise's Red Mage. Before we get started, I have to make it known that I have no rights to this material, that Final Fantasy owns all of their respective rights, and that Wizards of the Coast owns all of their respective rights to their materials as well. This is a fan project. It is for fun. I do not profit off of it, and it is available to anybody who wants it for free on my Discord. Just get a hold of me, check it out. I'll give it to you right away. Happy to share it. Want to hear what you think, want to get your feedback, tell me if I did wrong, tell me if I did right. So, Final Fantasy's Red Mage class. To my knowledge, I believe it started around Final Fantasy's 5, Final Fantasy 6, though I'm sure somebody knows better than me and can comment and tell me what the earliest iteration of the Red Mage was. But the Red Mage is known for its versatile magical nature. I have adapted it into a thematic kind of my own and ported it over to Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and we're going to go over that starting now. Utilizing magic in a way no other caster can, the Red Mages find a way to bend magic from any source to their purpose, adopting magic from divine, arcane, and even primal teachings. They are a true jack of all trades in the realm of spellcasting, known for their truly versatile nature. They also excel with the use of thin blades to round out their prowess in combat. Though they may never rival the most powerful wizards or the most devout clerics, they surely can become experts in all kinds of magic and are often welcome comrades known for their unique reliability. The Red Mages in their franchise have access to many different classes of magic, and that is going to ring true here. I tried to stick to that theme as much as possible, and we're going to see that versatility as we move through it here. Here on the right-hand side, we have the block that shows their proficiencies. They're getting light and medium armor, implements, rapiers, and daggers. They have a heavy focus on light finesse blades, and we're going to see that as we continue. This is an intelligence and dexterity focused class, same as the engineer, ironically, but I will be releasing classes that run off of different ability scores, don't you worry. The Red Mage is getting 1d8 HP per level as a hit die, and that is to represent it being on the caster side of HP totals. That is true from its original games. It was never one of the heaviest classes, nor the most healthy, but it was a little tougher than your, black mages and white mages and other casters. Now on the left-hand side here, we have another copy of this document open, and we are going to keep the leveling block open just over here so we can keep that as we follow along. Moving through on the right hand side to the first set of features at level 1, we're going to get Crimson Casting. Crimson Casting, at level 1, the Red Mage gains access to a uniquely versatile manipulation of magic. This alternative approach to magic grants them spellcasting using the same spells known and cantrips known that a warlock uses. Just as a warlock, the Red Mage regains its spells upon taking a short rest, and always casts spells at the highest available spell level to it. The Red Mage differs from Warlock, however, in that it may change its spells known after each long rest. The Red Mage also differs from Warlock in that it may only regain its spell slots upon taking one short rest per day. So, to summarize, the Red Mage is getting Warlock spell progression, but they're able to choose their spells from any class. They're able to choose their spells over again each morning after they take a long rest, but they're only getting their spells back once per day instead of the Warlock's normal 2 for 2 short rests per day. Moving on, at level 1, we are getting Mage Flourish. This is the other main construct mechanic of the Red Mage's class. Mage Flourish. The Red Mage learns to bend its magical manipulation into abilities, captivating combat maneuvers. The Red Mage may use its spell slots to activate any of the following abilities. It is going to be able to use its spell slots to use abilities that are going to activate similar to Cunning Action from Rogue, give it more damage on its rapier attacks, or even an AC bonus until the end of the encounter. This is representative of an ability the Red Mage has where it burns spell slots and uses nimble, dodgy, and mobile actions similar to a rogue or a finesse fighter. These abilities do not count as magic for the Red Mage. It cannot be dispelled or removed from it with magical means. Super, super cool stuff there. So similar to how a Paladin would burn spell slots to smite, the Red Mage is going to be able to burn spell slots for Mage Flourish abilities. Moving on to level 2, the Red Mage is going to get Spell Warp and Arcane Weave. Spell Warp is the Red Mage improving its magical manipulation abilities. It becomes able to recast spells it is hit by for no cost, later on deflecting the spell or even absorbing its energies. Without going through every little bit of this, basically the Red Mage is going to be able to redirect spells, reflect spells, going to be able to redirect enemy beneficial spells, and then eventually becoming able to absorb spells that fail near it, burning them back into spell slots. It is representative of the Red Mage's unique ability in manipulating magic in a way that no other caster does. At level 2, the Red Mage is also going to get Spell Weave. This, in my opinion, is probably one of the coolest abilities that Red Mage gets. It was my favorite, and when we tested it, it was also my tester's favorite. The Red Mage at level 2 gets Spell Weave. It is able to use its magical manipulation abilities to cast 2 different spells simultaneously, later able to concentrate on multiple spells at once. Starting at level 2, a number of times per day equal to the Red Mage's intelligence modifier, the Red Mage may use the Quicken Spell metamagic ability from Sorcerer. So right off the bat, that's a powerful ability. You're getting a number of Quicken spells per day equal to your intelligence modifier. And then at level 9, you're going to get the ability up to 1 minute per long rest to concentrate on a second spell. That is my favorite part of this, something no other caster can do. And for my subscribers, my fans, my viewers that are familiar with D&D or familiar with playing a spellcaster, you're going to know what kind of bag of worms having 2 concentrated spells at the same time can open up. My favorite use of it so far has been someone who hasted themselves and kept vampiric touch on themselves and ran amok, regaining HP as they dealt all kinds of damage with vampiric touch. Just a really cool facet of this class, and a lot of potential there for really cool combinations. It is limited to short amounts of time per day, but it is powerful indeed. At level 3, like any other class, we're going to get an archetype choice. Now, when I make custom classes, I make sure that I make 3 fully fleshed out archetypes. I want you guys to be able to have choices picking through, and I want these classes to be as enticing to play as the standard classes that are out there. The first archetype for Red Mage is the Channeler. The Channeler focuses on spells and spell diversity, getting extra spell slots, Battle Mage is a bonus feat, extra cantrips, a magic compatibility feature where they are adding extra damage to their harmful spells if the creature is weak to their spells. And then they get a Spell Scroll Mastery ability where spell scrolls they create are going to get a number of charges to be used before they are consumed. That is their most powerful ability. But the focus of this archetype, to summarize, is getting a ton of spells, spell diversity, spells from multiple classes, and then many, many uses of spells by level 20. It is the versatile caster focus archetype. The second archetype for Red Mage is going to be the Mage Hunter. And the Mage Hunter focuses on nullification and anti-magic. They're getting an Absorb Magic ability at level 1. They're getting a Mage Slayer as a bonus feat. They're getting an Empowered Diffusion ability. Diffusion is something all Red Mages is going to get. They're going to get that at level 5. We're going to go over that in a moment as we get through. But the Mage Hunter is then going to get an aura that dampens magic used around it, and eventually becoming able to gain temporary HP when they counter spells, absorb spells, and nullify magics around them. Very, very cool. The whole focus of this archetype is nullifying magic, eating it for your own benefit, and preventing spellcasters from being able to use their spells. Next, we have Imbuer. That is the third and final archetype for our Red Mage. The Imbuer is a rapier combat focused archetype. It is the most weapon heavy of the Red Mages, and if you want to focus on using rapier combat and being mobile and nimble like a rogue while burning your spells into effects, this is going to be the path for you. They are going to get a number of flourish points that they can use in place of their spell slots to activate their mage flourishes. They're going to get mobile as a bonus feat. They're going to get improved abilities to use with their flourish that the other archetypes are not going to get access to. At level 15, they get a force blade they're able to summon that is similar to a warlock's pact blade, but this is going to be force damage, a little extra damage, and a higher crit rate. And then at level 20, they become a fencing genius. Enemies that are within their reach, that are vulnerable to their attacks, are going to take a big penalty to their ACs, making their melee combat much more accurate. Very, very cool. The focus of this archetype, like I said, being on rapier combat with some burning of magic for extra abilities. At level 4, like many of the D&D 5th edition classes, you're going to get an ability score improvement or a feat. There are many feats that would be great for a Red Mage. I'm thinking Mage Slayer, I'm thinking Mobile, I'm thinking Magic Initiate, even Spell Sniper, even Toughness. Any of those would be great choices, but you might want to choose to improve your ability scores. That is up to how you progress the character. At level 5, we're going to see the diffusion ability. This is another ability that is unique to the Red Mage, and it allows the Red Mage to dispel and counter magic as a supernatural ability. You may use the dispel magic and counterspell spells once per day, each as a supernatural ability. Using the ability does not count as casting a spell for you. At level 11, that ability is going to improve, allowing you to use it a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier per day, and then at level 18, it is going to improve again, granting you the ability to use anti-magic field with your uses of the ability, with the exception that you must concentrate on the effect to maintain it. Diffusion comes in at level 5, and it further reinforces the focus that the Red Mage has on its alternative magic control, giving them the ability to counterspell and dispel occasionally as a supernatural ability. Very, very cool stuff. And then, as we mentioned, the Mage Slayer archetype is going to have this improved and empowered. As you go through the rest of the class, there are simply improvements upon the features that we went over. You're getting Arcane Weave improvements, you're getting Spell Warp improvements, Archetype improvements, but at level 20, there is a pinnacle, peak all ability for the Red Mage. This is called Universe Magic. At level 20, the Red Mage becomes the master of its unique manipulation of magic, learning to bend the fabric of space and time. The Red Mage treats all of its level 1 and level 2 spells as if they were cantrips from that point forward. So once you get to that level 20 place where you are this high-level character and you're the peak and pinnacle of your class, the Red Mage is able to treat all of its level 1 and level 2 spells as if they were cantrips, gaining a never-ending use of those spells. Very, very cool stuff. That is the class, guys. For everybody who stuck with me through this 15 minutes, it is infinitely appreciated. I am humbled. I cannot stress it enough. I'm grateful for each and every single little view that I get. Go check out the engineer class that I released. I will be releasing more classes going on. We have Lancer coming up. We have Embodimancer coming up. There's plenty. Tell me what classes you'd like to see. If there's something you would love to see made into a class, hit the comment section. Tell me about it. You never know. I might just pop up and make it and release it and mention you in it. If you have any criticisms of this, if you have any comments of it, I would love to hear them. Otherwise, a very happy new year to you all, and have a great day. Thank you.